Hello again, witchy people. You have to excuse the mess with me. I feel a bit strange actually. It's the first few minutes of my 50th birthday. Anyway, HedgeWitch View, Baneful Herbs. I've decided to start the series. I'm going to start it with letter A for Aconite. Now I'm not going to go through every letter of the alphabet. I'm just going to pick the ones that I like. And Aconite, obviously monkshood. So called because it obviously, as the plant grows, it can grow sort of like 3 foot tall or so, about a metre tall. And it comes out with these like delphinium-like blooms up on the stem. And they look like the cowls of monks' garb. So hence monkshood. It's very closely related actually to wolfsbane. Wolfsbane is like a yellow version of it. The flowers are slightly smaller. So, Aconite. In history, I mean, most baneful herbs have a huge history as far as myth, legend, folklore and actual history are concerned. I'm not going to cover everything, I'm just going to give you the bare details. You probably know all of this already anyway. Anyway, so reaching for coffee. So, Aconite. Now it is said that it was used on spears and arrows to poison the actual poison. It's called aconite poison. I think it's an alkaloid poison. It was used. It lowers the blood pressure, causes death, and it was said it was used on these arrows and spears for both hunting and battle. I don't know if I agree with that, because it's incredibly dangerous to ingest. So why would you then poison an animal that you then wanted to eat? You wouldn't. So I don't think it was used so much for hunting, unless it was just hunting to get rid of animals that you weren't going to eat, obviously predatory animals. But it was used in battle. It's exceptionally widespread throughout Europe, especially England and the United States, as many of you will know. And it's very, very easily mistaken for a type of herb, and there's been several deaths. I think it was a Canadian actor, Andre Noble, I think it was around about 2004, died of aconite poisoning after he was on a hiking trip and thought he'd taste this lovely, delicious herb root, and it wasn't a herb root, it was in fact monkshood, aconite. Now I'm not going to tell you what family they belong to either, because I'm no good with Latin names. I can tell you that it's Aconitum napellus, but I wouldn't know what the Latin family group of the herb is called, because I can't pronounce it. I'm no good with anything like that. Anyway, I think there's a very famous story of a cook accidentally picking aconite in Scotland. It was in the mid-1800s, and she thought it was horseradish. So she thought she'd make a lovely horseradish out of this root that she found, and it wasn't it. It was aconite, monkshood, and she poisoned the dinner guests. Some people did survive, but you know, it always surprises me actually, and I shall probably say this about quite a few of the baneful herbs, that we teach our children and our grandchildren that it's okay, you know, to go up and sniff a foxglove, but you stay away from monkshood and you stay away from belladonna, and to be honest, one is just as dangerous as the other. So, you know, we shouldn't really say that one is more dangerous than the other when they are either all dangerous, you know, or you, as I do, my grandchildren and my children grew up knowing that you pay the utmost respect towards plants. You don't touch any plants unless you know exactly what it is, and then when you know what it is, you know whether you can touch it or not. So, as we explained, you know what the flower looks like. The leaves are quite long and thin. It grows to about 3 foot height, and the root is like, it comes like a long white taproot, almost like a carrot sort of thing, like a skinny, weird shaped carrot, and that is the root. It's white, which is why it often gets mistaken for horseradish. So, what else can I tell you? They don't like extreme cold, they don't like extreme heat. They do like to grow in a little bit of shade, actually, but not too much shade. They do like a nice moist, but not wet soil to grow in. I think that's about it that I can tell you on the actual monkshood plant. Oh dear, I nearly spilled my coffee. Okay, so we said about the poison, it lowers the blood pressure, it paralyses. It paralyses the nerves rather than the actual body, so to speak. And even if you touch it with your fingers, your bare hands, it can cause like a tingling sensation. It does affect, it's that strong, it can affect. But most baneful herbs will affect you just by touching them. And obviously it also depends on how susceptible you are to these herbs and plants. I think during the Second World War, I do believe it was, Nazis used aconite on bullets because it can affect the heart. So if you shot someone with an aconite bullet, it would affect their heart. So the bullet wasn't going to kill them. You didn't die of lead poisoning, you died of aconite poisoning instead. And of course it's quite deep in Greek mythology, which always surprises me because aconite, obviously Greece is in Europe, but I always think of aconite as monkshood as being quite an English herb, but in obviously Greek mythology it was well known as being, aconite was the plant that grew from the spit of the three-headed dog Cerberus, which is the dog from hell, Cerberus, three-headed dog from hell. And as he was dragged out of Hades, his spit and his drool grew aconite flowers. And also, it's also got the name wolfsbane because Greeks used to use it in bait, as well as with on the tips of their arrows when they went out hunting to kill wolves. Once again, they didn't hunt wolves to kill them. They hunted wolves because they were a predator and were endangering their livestock and such like. And if you're a fan of Harry Potter, you will also know that wolfsbane, one of the Professor Snape brews it for one of the other characters to change him into a werewolf. So, what else can we say about aconite? It's not that I follow these rules, but it is feminine. Its ruling planet is Saturn. Its ruling element is water, and it's quite associated with Hecate. In magical workings, it's especially used for protection and invisibility. You can use the flowers to steep them in water and use them to, the dog's whining, not to make the dog whine. You can use those to give like a protective energy around any items you use in your spell work, including ritual items. As far as the leaves and the root are concerned, once dried you can burn them. For the same reason, they give a very protective energy, and for any kind of thing to do with invisibility and not wanting to be seen. Sorry, it's the dog. But once again, with aconite, it is not just the touch or ingesting the plant. The fumes when you burn it can be incredibly dangerous. So this is something you have to be really, really careful of. But once again, you have to learn in that respect to be careful around all of these baneful herbs, whether it be, you know, wolfsbane, aconite, mistletoe. I mean, we quite often bring mistletoe into our homes during the Yuletide season, and it's a baneful herb. It's dangerous. So please be careful. But there you go. That's a quick rundown on aconite, monk's head, and that's the HedgeWitch view. Thank you for watching, witchy people. I have now got to go and let the dog out. Wish me 50th. Happy 50th birthday returns. I am not looking forward to today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.